It's been so long since I've done one of these, and I'm not sure if it's live yet. I'm now live. Cool. I hope you guys didn't hear my Mario warm-up music. Hello, good people of Facebook, and hopefully beyond Facebook. Most of the good people I know have already left Facebook, and I'm thinking about it, and maybe I should too, at some point, if I can kick the habit. It's been a long time since I've done a live. I'm back in Melbourne. I've got a nice haircut, thanks to a nice local Elsternwick barber, because Melbourne's great. And on Monday I get my first root canal, because I'm now an old man in my early 30s. If you're watching this, you're probably a listener of Climactic, or one of the other shows on the Climactic Collective. And it's that latter point that this video is about. The Climactic Collective is disbanding and is going away in the very near future. This isn't a bad thing. It is a sad thing, but it's more like a sadness of giving up on ambitions for what it could have been, and sadness over losing what it was. But it's not acrimonious. It's not... Anyways, I'll tell you all about it. I just want to explain the description of this, which I've now lost after describing it. Oh no, here it is. Disbanding the Climactic Collective. On June 24th, the Climactic Collective will disband and the website climactic.fm will deactivate. Here's why. How's that for clickbait? Basically, for the last 2.5 years, I've worked at a enterprise podcast host, meaning a place that hosts really big podcasts for some of the biggest publishers in the world. And it's been great. And being able to be a publisher myself of not just one podcast or a handful, I've realized over the last couple of days of moving shows around, I've got about 6 shows now that I can't stand to be without, and that I apparently am responsible for, even though I don't feel like a, serial podcaster, but I guess I am. And that's a fun phrase, because serial podcaster does not evoke the meaning that I'm trying to go for. More like a compulsive, addicted podcaster. I've been working at this enterprise podcast host, and as part of that, I could host a whole bunch of shows who were, pretty, they're hobbyists like me. Like, they weren't in it because they were getting hundreds of thousands of downloads a month. Like, we were all pretty happy when an episode had a few hundred downloads, because think about it. Think about a few hundred people in a room in front of you while you speak. And I am nowadays comfortable speaking to you, just you and me here, webcam. But yeah, I'll get in front of a room of people and my cheeks go red and I get the flush and I get nerves, and it's intense. And it allowed anybody the chance to speak and be heard without the nerves of being in front of people live. So it was a really cool thing getting to do that. And it would not have been possible otherwise, because I realized after 2.5 years of being able to do it that it was quietly, very much in the background, facilitating other people in a way that didn't seem obvious at all to me, because I'm a podcast nerd, and RSS feeds and all the technology are natural to me, like a duck to water type situation. But for other people, it's intimidating and unknown and kind of scary thing. So I really want to thank the company I was working for. I don't know, weird about naming names, I guess, Yeah. I want to thank the company I was working for that gave in-kind support to the Climactic Collective for 2.5 years. It's now going away because, yes, I've taken a job elsewhere. I'm not going to be announcing that, or it doesn't really matter at this stage. Keep listening to Climactic and you'll hear about it in the future. But I no longer work there, which means it's no longer a value for value type trade. I can't use my own network to test out new features and give feedback, and it's just not the same. So the Climactic Collective, the kind of network aspect is disbanded as of next week. People are already moving their shows away. That means everything is still available. If you're a listener to any show that's on the Climactic Collective now, odds are that show will still be available in a week's time, hopefully in a year's time. They're all still going to be going. Some people, I think, some people are currently deliberating on whether they want to pull the plug and call it a day, call it a learning experience, close the book on that chapter and move on, like I'm doing. As a publisher of a network, which was a cool thing to be. Honestly, something that was always weird to say. I was. No longer am. No longer am the publisher of a network. No longer am trying to organize monthly get-togethers and skill shares and stuff. I've learned a lot. I'll go away and digest it, and I'm sure I'll be doing more again in the future before I know it. But for now, I'm cutting down, taking off some of the baggage, putting down the backpack of the Climactic Collective, and diving streamlined into the next thing. So I guess all of which to say, Climactic.fm is going to be going offline. The hello@climactic.fm email address is going to be going away. And Climactic Facebook page, for all the sins of Facebook, will remain. You can interact with us, although honestly, interact with me. I hope that's okay. On Facebook or on Instagram. And yeah, what I think I'll do, what I'm thinking at the moment, and totally subject to change because I'm just taking a bit, I have now broken my weekly release cycle for the first time in 4 years, since we started in April 2018. What I'm going to do is take a few more weeks off, not really think about it, and then decide on what to do. But what it might look like is still a regular cadence of show. It might not be weekly, it might be fortnightly, it might be monthly. I'd say no more than fortnightly, though. I want to maintain Climactic as kind of a spotlight of good climate-engaged shows. I want somebody who might not know about all the other good stuff happening. If they've heard about Climactic, they'll at least find that, oh, wow, there's a lot of good climate-engaged audio out there. So I want to work with some majors and some minors and some indies and some, commercial networks, and bring people who subscribe to the Climactic feed a steady stream of really good climate-engaged audio. And some of the time, I hope that it can be stuff I've worked on, or that I've done myself solo, potentially, but not in the immediate, and probably not in short-term future. I've got another thing I need to go and focus on and give my everything to, because I'm so bloody excited. So this is good news. This is a happy day. And just saying it out loud to you makes it feel real. So thanks for listening to Climactic. Thanks for following us and staying involved and aware of what we're doing. The Climactic feed's not going anywhere. It's still going to remain available no matter what. It will have new episodes, at least one, even if it's a goodbye, but at least one new episode coming in the near future. So stay subscribed. And it will probably have more than that afterwards. I still have the itch to publish. I just didn't have the itch to publish a network. So, thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well, staying safe, staying active in the face of the climate crisis. I know we've had some less than the worst of possible world's news in Australia recently, but good God help us. We've got to do a lot more, as we all know. So stay smiling, stay engaged, find something that fills your cup. And if that's listening to good climate-engaged audio, then that's what Climactic is here to provide. Thanks, and have a great one. Bye. And I should have been ready to end it a second ago, and that was a good ending. Okay, bye.